Andy's big-headed, cute ass literally lied to Sabrina and Danni in the penthouse about Karen. And I want to know why. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this video, I'm going to, as I mentioned, talk about why the hell did Andi lie. She literally stared both Danni and Sabrina in the face and said, I hadn't talked to Karen. I ain't seen Karen. Karen ain't tell me she was going to the doctors. Karen ain't tell me this, and this. Karen ain't tell me she saw Aaron. Lies. Fallacies. All types of untruths. And I can't, when I tell you, y'all, this was one of the moments in episode 16 that set my soul ablaze. Okay, ablaze, because I was so excited about Andi and her conversation with Karen in the episode prior. I was just like, oh, it's giving chef kiss, it's giving growth, it's giving real friendship. This is where I want us to be. And then we regress. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my sisters' conversations, as I have quite a few of them, and you're not going to want to miss it. And also, let me know in the comment section down below, why do you feel that Andi lied to Danni and Sabrina? Okay, let me keep the conversation going. So, some of y'all have said, oh, Andi lied because she wanted to allow Karen the opportunity to be able to tell them herself. I would believe that had she not made one statement, y'all. While she was talking to them, she made a point of, they were talking about how Zach is very much so in love with Fatima and he's happy. She made a point of saying how both Zach and Fatima are crazy and crazy for each other. And she did so in a manner that was alluding to both of them getting arrested for sticking up for one another. So if both of those events still happen and they're in her mind to be able to speak to them with that kind of subtext, then all of what happened in that day had happened and she recalled it enough to be able to speak to it. So I don't think that it's an editing mistake. I don't think that she was just trying to like let Karen be the one to say it, because another thing on top of that is everything aside from the conversation that she had with Karen directly, Danni knew that Karen was sleeping with Aaron because she actually said that back to Zach in the episode prior. The only person who might be completely out of the know is Sabrina. But I do feel like that there's a way for you to be able to say things without saying too much. And the route that Andi took was completely not it. Not only did she try to avoid, if we're going to go down the road of, okay, she was just trying to avoid revealing information that Karen has shared specifically with her. If that was the case, cool. But then you also go out your way to lie to your other two friends. So it kind of invalidates the action that you're trying to make, because you literally create a whole nother bold-faced lie versus just saying, you know, no, Karen is good. I think she went to go lay down. I talked to her earlier. She is definitely still struggling, like you said, but she went to go lay down and we can check on her tomorrow. Nothing was revealed about the conversation that they had, if she was to say what I just gave you an example of, and she's able to move the conversation along. And it also seemed like while they came there to talk about Karen, Danni was also still very much so there to call out Andi and wanting to keep that penthouse, getting the penthouse swept by fuego for bugs and cameras because of Gary. And there were quite a few notes made about how all of them have experienced something that Karen is going through, or part of what Karen is going through in their own lives. So they're pretty much all relatable or have relatable experiences. I just feel like her lying in the way that she did, from the shocked face to the like, I'm gonna call her because I ain't talked to her and she didn't tell me this. I just felt like she was doing entirely too much, and it read so fake, so ingenuine, so unfriend-like, and I don't understand it. Well, actually, I do understand it, because we have watched Andi kind of teeter-totter on the line of friendship for quite a while in this series. Like, I feel like as she was further building up her friendship with Fatima, she has had times where she literally lied to the girls and said, oh, Fatima ain't my friend, she's just my assistant. And there's been times where she's lied to Fatima about, you know, how close she is with her friends because, you know, they don't agree with Gary. So it's like a whole different thing. And for me, I'm waiting for the day that Andi like really decides where she falls, how she feels, what she will and won't stand for, and she sticks to it. Because a flip-floppy ass friend to me is a dangerous ass friend. Somebody that you really can't count on. And again, I was so excited to just hear how genuine, empathetic, honest, and also very direct Andi was able to speak to Karen in the previous episode. I was so proud. So to have her do that in the previous episode and then revert to this stupid ass lie for this stupid ass reason, it just made absolutely no sense to me. So then why did she lie? If I don't think that she lied to make sure that Karen was able to tell them, why did she lie? Part of me kind of feels like Andi is dealing with, in the back of her mind, the guilt that comes along with, for the most part, the first 2 seasons we saw Sabrina and Danni, and then Karen and Andi. So if I'm going to give her any type of rational reason, besides just being a person who wanted to spur on this negative narrative about Karen, which I'm going to speak on too, the rational reason that I would say is like maybe she felt a little bit of guilt behind having additional information that the girls did not have, and this was her way of trying to make it seem like they all had the same information, so she didn't have to deal with further guilt of like, well, why did she come to your office? Why did she tell you this? Why don't y'all decide to share with the damn group? And it's like, ain't nobody got time for all of that question in that moment. I thought that Karen, saying, my car drove me to your office, it's literally a nod to she feels comfortable and safe, and Andi was the first person she thought of in reference to support to show up and like be able to get what she felt like she needed from. And I think there's something beautiful about that. Ain't nobody got time for their jealousy behind not getting the tea first. So I want to say maybe that's the reason, and Andi just made a very shitty decision with that intention in mind. Now, the third, and hopefully not the actual reason that she could have lied, is because she actually could be enjoying the negative narrative that is painted around Karen and what her current experience is. And maybe she also is enjoying the deflection that comes with it, because while Karen is spiraling and trying to get back Zach and dealing with the pregnancy and just coming off as crazy to all of them, that's less time everybody is spending thinking about her still keeping this penthouse, still keeping that car, and still entertaining Gary. If you notice in the series, so much has been centered around Karen and where's her mind state? What is she going to do next? Why can't she let go of Zach? Why is she crazy? Oh, now she's pregnant. Oh, what's going to happen then? Now she's confronting Fatima. And with every bit of new information that was coming out in reference to Karen's story, we were focusing or decentralizing Andi and all of the that she was going through. Like if we go back to season 2, we were experiencing a lot. It was one thing after the next when it came to Andi and Gary, and now it's literally that one thing after the next with Karen. So the third reason why she could have lied is because she's enjoying the peace that comes from everybody paying too much attention to Karen and not enough attention to her and her bullshit. And she kind of wanted to keep that story going. I would hate that. It couldn't be me and my friends, but those are my thoughts around potential reasons why Andi lied. But I would love to know what your reasons are, or what your thoughts behind her reasoning is in the comment section down below. Also, if you haven't already, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button, join the tribe, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' conversations, and so that you're right here ready to further have conversations with me in the future. Again, drop your comments in the comment section down below. I'm going to go ahead and check them out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Can't nobody love you like I do.